Hello, I'm Kade.
And I'm Curtis.
And welcome to the show where we turn your afternoon from
Meh
to meh. Cue the intro. Beep bop ba-doo bop bop ba-doo bop 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 ba-deep bop ba-doo bop bop ba-doo bop ba-da-da bop. This episode we're talking about popular games from the early 90s.
Nice.
All right, first up we have Super Mario World from 1990.
Super Mario World.
Classic.
I think you could probably say that about all these games.
That's true. They're all very classic. This is the one where you get they introduced the feather, which gave you the cape, and you could do like the
run and boop. Yep.
Yeah. Loved
You also
this game.
had the backgrounds that could move at separate speeds.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Big
New
deal.
hardware.
New.
Yeah, multi-layer.
Very cool. This is what, probably the launch title for the Super Nintendo?
Yeah, I think that's what came for the Super Nintendo.
We have one. I've played most, unlike the 80s one, I've played most of these.
Yeah.
After that one we have F-Zero from 1990.
Also from 1990.
Another classic.
Yes, it is.
Racing game. You would go on the side on the rainbow tracks and your car would go, but you'd like charge up your juice, you know?
Charge up your juice.
Yeah. Because if you didn't, then you would drive slower or something like that, right?
Something.
So I don't know.
All the cars were like floating, and 'cause they weren't really cars; they were like spaceships.
Yeah, they were like spaceships.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think it was cool because it was the first time that the system inherently could like make an object come towards you without like weird looking, not right effects.
Yeah. With like the background, like the entire background moving as one big piece or something.
Right. Yeah, just weird effects happening in previous gen of hardware.
Right. After that one we have Sonic the Hedgehog from 1991.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sony's
Sega.
answer, sorry, Sega's answer to Mario.
Yeah.
I think Sony and Sega are the same thing nowadays, right?
And I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't have no idea.
I don't remember.
They have 4 letters and both start with S.
That might be what I'm getting confused with.
But Sonic the Hedgehog, its job was to sell Sega Genesis.
Mm.
And it was... so the previous Sega Genesis came with, I think it was Beastmaster.
Ooh.
Which was dark and not really...
Yeah, you're killing like zombies and stuff.
Yeah, and you gotta turn into man who turns into a wolf.
Yeah,
whatever.
rips people to shreds.
Yeah, and I think that didn't appeal. They wanted a wider audience appeal, so they came up with Sonic the Hedgehog, which was like colors because he's blue.
Yeah,
with the green grass,
classic.
And ooh, and you rings and ching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad guys, red and fat. Just like Mario.
Right. I think they were just like boom, colors. In your face,
super bright greens,
so just,
yellows, blues.
Just try to sell the Sega Genesis. I think it was a great game. I thought it was a great game.
Good game. Yeah. I played a lot of number 2, but they're both good. After that one, we have Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2.
Now I'm a big fighting game guy.
This was a big deal for an arcade fighter game to come to a home console.
It was huge, massive.
It was a huge deal.
You could actually like practice and get good without shoveling out
spending
money.
Quarters. And I don't know if this means that it came out on home console in 1991 or that's just when the game came out. Because maybe it was the arcade game that came out in 1991. I'm not sure. But I do remember going to 7-Eleven and stacking the quarters up on the arcade game to play, and then when we heard that it was coming out on console, we were just like, "Oh man,
massive!"
Now you can actually figure out how to freaking do the actual moves without costing just money, just ticking down, just ticking.
Yeah. Nowadays, 7-Elevens they still have arcades, but it's like gambling. And you can stack up quarters. But anyway, after that one we have Super Castlevania 4.
Super Castlevania
1991.
4. So that's the one we mentioned in a previous episode.
Yeah, with the limp.
With the whip.
You could like
flop around your...
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah. You can keep saying it.
Oh man! After Super Castlevania, there we have Legend of Zelda: A Link to the
A
Past.
Link to the Past. So this was classic. So this was kind of a move back to the original Legend of Zelda style.
Yeah, the top down.
Of the top down. But because it's on a much newer system,
he had like pink hair now.
I don't think he had pink hair.
I thought he had pink hair in A Link to the Past. Oh well, whatever.
But yeah, I think that it was because they could do a lot better graphics.
You'd have
and
bigger
make it
dungeons
look more
and
refined,
everything.
bigger dungeons. Game lasts a lot longer.
Yeah,
a lot more things in the map
get a
and
boomerang
effects.
and
There's this
all
one
kinds of
part where
stuff.
it's raining, and so you have not only like a map, but it's raining on you and stuff, and where it's dark and it's light, and yeah, I thought it was a great game. I love playing it.
yeah. I played a little bit on an emulator on the PC. Classic.
You probably was like, this is not good graphics.
After that, we have Final Fantasy IV, also from 91. Lots of 91.
I loved Final Fantasy IV. That was I probably loved that more than Zelda.
You like the turn-based?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, because you got the map, the big map was still very similar, and then when you get into the fight, then you get in there.
Yeah, you can play
you
as
got
like
the
multiple
turns.
people.
Yeah, as the more people you get on your team, and then everyone has the turn before the bad guy, and and you could grind. I don't know why I like to grind, get my guys up to way level, and then let's go to the boss and it's
one
like,
shot him.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. Classic.
yeah.
After that one, we have Duke Nukem from 1991.
Duke Nukem from 1991. So I never played the original Duke Nukem, but I figured we'd put it on the list because it's the start of something.
It's the start of something. Yeah, shooter games.
I don't think
first person.
I don't think for Duke Nukem was a first person shooter. Duke Nukem was, I think it was a side scroller or something on the first one.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about the original.
Yeah,
either.
me either.
After that, we have Sonic 2.
Sonic 2.
We're on to 1992 now.
Number 2 Sonic.
They were shoveling them out one a year, like Call of Duty does now.
Well, Sonic came out in Oh yeah, that was 1991. So 1992, the next one was Sonic 2.
That's the one with Tails in it.
Is it Tails? I thought that was called Sonic and Tails.
No, there's Sonic and Knuckles.
Oh, okay.
But
so
Sonic 2 was
Sonic 2 was with Tails, so you could play two people at the same time, which is pretty awesome.
really cool.
Yeah.
Like Street Fighter, except it's a platformer and not.
Well,
Street
you're
Fighter.
playing co-op in Sonic, but
Classic.
Yeah.
After that one, we have another classic.
Classic.
We got Super Mario Kart, 1992.
Super Mario Kart.
This is
That
the one
was the start of something too.
That was the start of something.
Yeah, I think since they did F-Zero, and they were like, well, it wasn't. I mean, it was like, they tried to make it serious but future-like, and Super Mario Kart was like, we need a way to get the Nintendo characters all into a racing game.
And they made it multiplayer. You could play two people, because that's how many ports was on the SNES.
Right. You can only maximum two
Max
people.
2. But you could play 2.
Yeah.
I don't think you could do 2 in F-Zero.
No, I don't think you... Yeah, it was a one-player game.
Plus the items, the classic, the banana, the shells, the green and red.
Chucking
Classics.
Yeah, it was good.
After that, we have Wolfenstein 3D.
Wolfenstein 3D. So I think this is the start of
This is the
first-person
3D
shooters.
start.
This is, as far as I know, you could correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think Wolfenstein 3D was the first-person shooter game. 3D first-person shooter. And what was funny was, because I think it was just making stuff 3D first-person shooter is so hard for computers at the time to do that, to do anything in 3D.
That nobody played it.
So it was actually like a box. So you had your screen, and then it's like inside that, because it couldn't make it full screen.
Oh.
And so you saw the walls like passing because it was like smaller than what the screen could do. Because the processing power wasn't there to really do it. But
right.
I thought it was revolutionary, which led into the next one, which really made revolutionary first-person shooter.
This is the big one.
Doom
from 1993.
Yeah, so I think
everybody knows Doom.
I think they took the idea from Wolfenstein and was like, "Oh, we can make this better."
Oh yeah. I mean, thousands of people still play this original Doom.
Original, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Every day, the speedrunners and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, they really the detail super amped up.
Oh yeah.
Now you're spending like freaking $80 on a graphics card, and it's just getting ridiculously expensive.
It's so pricey. Can't believe it. Well, that's about all we have for today on the early 90s. But make sure to subscribe and like while you're down there so you can catch us next time where we talk about Elon Musk becoming the corporate overlord of Mars.
What?
Wow. Bye.
Bye.